And then for this episode, we want to take a step back and go back to the very first stage of discovering the job world. And that stage is the planning stage. So when I say planning, what comes to mind? What are some word associations that you think of when you hear the word planning?
Planning is like all about having like the right time and the right movement in your head. Like when you plan something, you want to know, oh, when I'm doing it and what I'm gonna do about it. So that's what I think about planning.
And Phoenix?
Planning for me, or as a career practitioner, planning is a very scary word, because many young people and not so young people come to me and they've gone through understanding themselves, understanding the world of work, and when it comes to the phase of making a decision and taking action in the planning time, they can't do it.
Well,
yeah. So planning in career decision. Planning in career development is all about, I make this decision and I make the first step into my plan. Thảo Tâm, earlier you said, yes, it is like going back to the beginning, but actually planning happens in career development, happens after knowing about myself, knowing about the world of work, and then that is the moment that I say, okay, I'm planning to do this and I will do it now.
And I think planning is actually something that occurs throughout the journey quite a lot, right?
Yes. Because Thảo Tâm and Quỳnh Nhi, planning happens throughout the journey because we will need to stop, pause, and reflect. And the moment we reflect, we realize that, ooh, who am I? You know, like I thought I was that person.
Yeah, I understand.
In that episode, I thought I talk about technology that way, but now Quỳnh Nhi is like, wait a minute.
I don't think so anymore.
I don't think so anymore. Yeah, so we change our plan.
On that thought, I have something to show you. So in our IFO studio, we have a new prop, and it's this very bright red board. It reads,
keep calm and plan out.
Okay, so as a proud owner of a meme page, I would categorize this as a dead meme. This circulated the internet for quite a while, like for an entire year. Everybody was like,
my generation. She's used dead.
I'm sorry, but okay, this is a kind of like archaic meme. But I think it's resurfacing because it is relevant. And keep calm and doing something is the best thing we can do right now, I think, because it's so turbulent, the situation around us, that is. So when you read the words keep calm and plan out, I think they're in equally big fonts because they're equally important. Because like you, Phoenix has already emphasized on the importance of planning, right? But I think it's also very important to keep calm during the process of planning. So
by that, can I jump in? Quỳnh Nhi, what is your plan for the next 6 months and the next 6 years?
Well, I'm currently 17 years old, so it's less than 1 year left for me to like prepare things for my graduation for high school. So the first plan and the top priority of mine is to continue to do well in school, like academically, because I have plans to apply for scholarships. So that is definitely a need of mine. And after that, I plan to if I'm lucky enough, if I have a scholarship, I'm going to jump into the university path, and hopefully things will turn out well for me.
Okay, so first, focusing on my academic performance, because I still need to get out and get into another training program, right? Second, I want to get into the university that I want to get in with a scholarship, right? If that plan doesn't work, if the scholarship for some reason, and this is in Vietnamese we say trộm vía, okay, this is only pretending, okay? I don't know, we can't translate trộm vía into English.
Touch wood.
So, yeah. So, what if that plan doesn't work? How are you going to deal with it? Just pretend.
Well, let me think for a moment, because I'm not a kind of person to have like a backup plan. So.
Oh, this is something very interesting right there. Not having a backup plan is a sort of planning, I feel, just risky.
Yeah,
but
because I don't know that if not having a backup plan is good or bad, because, you know, by not having a second plan, you're so determined to do that. You don't have the second path. The only path for you to go.
Well, I think that's a backup plan too.
yeah, exactly. I think the mindset behind not having a backup plan isn't always reckless. Like people always like assign people who go out on a whim and don't have a backup plan as somebody who's reckless, who's not thinking it through. But sometimes it's just, you know, 100% pure determination.
I want to ask more about that. Now, with your no backup plan, with your plan to get a scholarship into that university, tell me some action behind it. I want to get to know more about that.
So, as I said, the top priority is to have the academic performance going good, like, because you cannot ask for a scholarship with a poor performance in your scores, right? Yes. And secondly, you have to join in like extracurricular activities like
IFO show.
Yeah, like this show.
Yes.
And recently I have just planned, like, no, actually I have been invited to be a TA for a English center. It's not good to name it here, but
Sure, no, don't please. Yeah.
no promotion.
So how are those going to help you getting the scholarship into the university that you want to get into?
Okay, so I think for the scholarship to be given to you, they kind of hope at you like for two things. Firstly, I've repeated many times, academic performance.
Okay.
And the next one, your experience for the real world, because they don't want a nerdy that doesn't know anything to get their money, right? So yeah, that's kind of like my definition, the hope behind the principles, the wording of the school in giving scholarship.
I would like to say, Phoenix, I see what you're doing here. So I wonder if you picked up on what she's doing to you. But basically, Phoenix asked about your final goal. And then she started to dig deeper onto the steps that you see of achieving that goal.
Thank you.
I am very in tune with you right now.
You know what I'm doing.
I know what you're doing. But it's also very clear to see that Nhi is very determined. First of all, she's very determined to achieve her goal. And secondly, she's already planning out her way in achieving that goal.
Not only planning out, but taking every single needed step toward that goal. That's the message to you, Thảo Tâm and Nhi, is when we talk about planning, it can be very vague. It can be, I want to travel the world. I want to get married to a very handsome guy, something like that, right? Planning sounds so vague and so easy in words, but in career development, I don't dare to say about other fields, but in career development, whenever we talk about planning, it has to be associated with action that you can see evidence for.